Welcome to Mexico, a fiesta for your senses, the land of tequila, Tabasco, Canadians, and of course, tacos. Like quite a few other Canadians, on December 5th, 2020, my wife and I and two daughters booked a one-way ticket to Bucerias, Mexico. And 4 years later, we've even added a third daughter to the mix, and we haven't looked back. But to be honest with you guys, our journey didn't start here in Mexico. Pedal back to 2016 when my wife was on mat leave with our first daughter, and I had just lost my job in the oil sands, and we thought, what better way as new parents and tackling this obstacle in front of us than to jet set over to Southeast Asia and try our hand over there. And the next 4 years took us through Indonesia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Dubai. So we were already a transient family coming into this, and we actually documented all that journey on our YouTube channel and Instagram page, The Relocationist. What's up guys? Buenos dias. So oftentimes we get asked why Mexico, and of course you'd think, well, it's an easy answer. The proximity to Canada is so close. It's very familiar to what we're used to. The cultures are somewhat similar. But for us, it was never on our bucket list. It was never one of our first choices. But during the pandemic, when things were kind of getting chaotic, and we thought, well, we didn't really want to be in Canada at the time, and we wanted to see, kind of watch it from the sidelines, watch things unfold, and Mexico was the only place that was open, so we moved here. As far as any sort of culture shock or difficulties moving down here, to be honest with you guys, there really wasn't. But we were also coming from places like Southeast Asia and the Middle East, which is like another planet compared to Canada. But the culture and influences from North America really do filter down here, especially in these touristy hubs like Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, Cabo. So seeing all the familiar names and products and foods and big box stores that you're used to, the Home Depots, the Walmarts, the Costcos, that's all here. So it made the transition actually a lot smoother than we maybe anticipated. That might have been the shock more than anything. So the infamous question that every expat gets is, will they ever return back to their homeland? And I don't think it's a question that you can ever say never to. I think it's also something that you can never really plan. It kind of becomes a feeling. It's just something that you just know inside. You've gotten to a point where maybe you've accomplished or done everything you need to do in that country, and it's time to move on. And that has happened for us in several other countries we've lived in, but it hasn't happened yet here in Mexico. But will that day come? Possibly. Right now, Mexico ticks maybe not all the boxes, but the right ones for us. So as far as we're concerned, this is home. And if we ever return back to Canada, awesome.